Hi everyone, my name is Zaratsian. I'm an event and floral designer. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make a dyed blue arrangement. Let's go back to my workshop area. I'm going to show you how to do this. This arrangement, I'm going to use a bubble bowl, a fish bowl, things that you would find in the house that you've received from other florists that you've had in your utility storage room. So I'm going to use this starting out. I've already filled it with water. And I'm going to use 4 different types of flowers. I know this sounds kind of corny. I'm not into really dyed flowers. The interesting thing about this is there's no really blue flowers out there. Very little that God and nature has provided us. But this is one that they do a process underneath the stem. They dye it through insertion of the dye. That's okay for the flowers. It doesn't make the flowers die. But you can see that the uptake of it is also on the green leaves too. They've taken a bundle of rose. It's the most creamiest and lightest of all rose colors, and I think it takes the uptake of the dye very well. They do this with multiple of different types of colorations. So I'm going to start with my kale. And again, I love the ruffliness of a kale. I know it's a healthy thing that we're all eating. But this is an ornamental version of it, right? So this is not one that you're going to go back and you're going to eat. So don't eat it. That's my advice. Clean these off. There's some broken ones. And what I'm doing is I'm pretty much doing a crisscross so that it becomes my base. You see how that it becomes my base? This time I didn't use curly willow. I didn't use any greenery or foliage inside. And then I'm going to take my dyed blue roses, clean off the stems, like so. And then I'm going to do a reflex of what I've done before. But I'm going to show you how to do it again. Let me clean this off right here. I hate mess. Clutter to me kills me. I think we're going to use about a dozen to a dozen and a half. So I'm going to reflex the roses, like so. And look how interesting this becomes, right? One's a little lighter, one's a little darker. Fun. Also, dyed flowers, maybe you won't use it for everyday occasion, but for photo shoots or, you know, parties and events that you want that coloration that you don't get it. Start with that. First insertion. I'm going to do this as well. I'll try to do this as quickly as I can. It takes time. But this is also a fun project to do with kids because, you know, you can see how nature does its, artificial nature does its thing. You might get your water to get a dye, that blue dye color eventually, because again, seeing that because it's dyed, your water might get a little bit blue, but very, very pale blue. It's not that much dye for it to be that of a mess. The fascinating thing about it is now they have these with orchids too. They dye orchids that you see purple and blue orchids that are naturally in color, but you can get it dyed like that too. And have these at room temperature because it's easier to reflex. See? When it's been out and it's room temperature, it's easier to. And I'm doing it several at a time. I'm not doing it one at a time. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put my basil. This is kind of a wild variety, as you can see. And it's an actual natural blue color. Like so. I've used about 3 stems in here, not too much. And then I'm going to take my vine. And I try to remember the name of it, but in the back of the formula and the recipes, you'll have the name of it. I try to say it 5 times and I forgot right now. And you would think after many years, I would remember all these botanical names, but I don't. Hey man, what can I say? The reason I'm using white is to break off that blue. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple insertions of these, just to add a little bit of movement. See? Almost done. This can be a great baby newborn arrangement. This can be used for bridal, bridal showers that are in the blue theme. Or you can do welcome babies. Let me see, this is not behaving the way I want it. See how gorgeous this came out? A bubble bowl arrangement using dyed blue flowers, kale, some vine, and blue thistle. For more information on my video tutorials, go to my YouTube channel, Zaratsian. See you next time.